Are you about ready to put a deposit down on a brand new Boston Terrier puppy? In this video, I'm gonna answer 5 key questions that you're gonna wanna have the answers to before you actually put this deposit down. Coming up. Hey everybody, welcome to the Boston Terrier Society YouTube channel. I'm Donnie Gardner, the founder of BostonTerrierSociety.com. And over there is Bella, my sleepy little Boston of over a decade. It's raining outside today, so she's taking a little nap, just like every day. Okay, here's 5 questions that you're gonna want answers to. First off, is it normal for a breeder to ask for a pet deposit? Number 2, should I actually put a deposit down on a puppy? Number 3, what is the average price as far as putting a deposit down for a brand new Boston Terrier puppy? Number 4, are these deposits refundable? And number 5, and the most important one, is how do you not get scammed when actually putting a deposit down? So the first thing, is it normal to actually put a deposit down for a Boston Terrier puppy? So I went ahead and asked the Boston Terrier Society YouTube channel this question, and just to show you here, I had over 1,400 votes. And I asked the question, did you have to pay a deposit when getting a puppy from a breeder? So this was general, not just Boston Terriers, but in general, did you have to pay a deposit? And 64% of those 1,400 votes said yes, they did have to put a deposit down. So absolutely, a reputable Boston Terrier breeder can ask for a pet deposit. Which leads us to number 2, should I actually put a pet deposit down? Should I pay one of these pet deposits? And the answer is yes, however, you wanna make sure that breeder has actually got to know you, and you wanna actually be able to go see the puppy before you put that deposit down. Now, there should be no reason why they shouldn't allow you to come see the puppy first. Obviously, if the puppies aren't born, then maybe you can't go see the puppy, right? But maybe they'll allow you to come see the mother. This is something that you wanna ask just to get some better reassurance. I know if maybe you're an hour away, you wanna try to find a breeder that's local so you can just drive over there really fast, because you've probably already created some sort of dialogue with this breeder. They've more than likely asked you questions like, why do you want to get a Boston Terrier puppy? What kind of family size do you have? They want to get to know you because they want to make sure that they're putting their Boston Terrier puppies in a good home. So when you're asking yourself, should I actually put a deposit down? You want to say, has this breeder actually taken the time to ask me questions to get to know me? And has there been a dialogue? A lot of these scam artists, what they're gonna ask for at the very beginning, they're gonna be like, hey, the puppies are selling fast, somebody's interested, you need to put a deposit down. They might ask some generic questions, because I've received some emails like asking your name, where are you from, why do you wanna get a Boston Terrier puppy, and that's it, and it's all via email. That's not enough. These breeders are gonna wanna know what kind of homes are their puppies going into. So if you feel like you're being pushed to put down a deposit, I would choose a different breeder at this point. But as long as your gut is telling you, hey, everything seems normal, I've had a dialogue, everything's been going great with our communication, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Now, question number 3, what is the average size of deposit that you should be putting down? Now on this question, I went ahead and asked the Boston Terrier Society Facebook page that has over 20,000 people following, and it was pretty much ran the gamut. I had anywhere from $100 on up to $500 for a pet deposit. So the average is about $200 to $300. That's what you can expect to put down for a deposit for your brand new Boston Terrier puppy. The 4th thing you need to ask, is the deposit refundable? So you wanna have this spelled out in the beginning as far as, is this refundable? Because not all pet deposits are refundable. And all the scam artists that I have talked to, which at this point has been a dozen, they've all said that their deposit is 100% refundable. So don't think just because they tell you it's 100% refundable that it is. You just want it spelled out, how would I get my money back? Or do I get my money back? Some of these reputable breeders will say, hey, no, you have to put down, $100, and this is a non-refundable deposit. And then once you purchase the puppy, then that $100 goes towards the puppy. So you need to ask this up front. Now the 5th question, and the key question, is how do you not get scammed when putting one of these deposits down? The biggest thing that you can do to avoid being scammed is you wanna see the puppy first. Do not put money down unless you've at least seen the mother or seen the puppy. And then the second thing you can do is obviously look for a local breeder. You want them to be very close, within a driving distance. Maybe an hour is probably the max amount of time. And that way you can actually see your Boston Terrier puppy before you put the deposit down, and you can go back home the next day, because you might not be allowed to take it home because it might just be a few days old. Now, if you've met the breeder, you obviously know where they live. The chances of you being scammed are minimal. So if you're in the process right now of trying to find your first Boston Terrier puppy, I have created a course where it answers the questions like, what are the common health issues of Boston Terriers? What's the average price you should be paying? What's in a sales contract between these Boston Terrier breeders and yourself? Just answering those key questions. It's an hour and a half long, walking you through step by step so you can feel confident whenever you're out searching for a reputable Boston Terrier breeder to find your very first Boston Terrier puppy. That course is going to be in the show notes below. You can go check out. Now, if you haven't already and you love Boston Terriers, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel just so you can get the latest from Boston Terrier Society. If you want to learn more about Boston Terriers, check out this video I created here, or you can check out one of my latest videos here. Otherwise, until next time, life is better with a Boston.